All right, this is Janky Smooth at Riot Fest Chicago. I'm here with Ben Weinman from Dillinger Escape Pan, and we're both trying to stand on our good side right now because you got to figure that. You got to kind of figure that out.
It's not that good, but it's even worse.
Right. Dude, early set, but one of the best crowd reactions I've seen at this type of time of day.
Yeah, they're really cool.
It was really fucking cool, man. And what's it like? I know you guys are no strangers to like playing bigger shows, but what's it like for a few guys from Whittier playing some of these bigger shows at big festivals like Riot Fest?
It's fucking awesome.
It's amazing, man.
Yeah.
It's a dream come true for us, I think.
Nice.
Yeah. It's good for the city.
Nice.
Good for the youth.
You guys are good for the city, I think, you know? So you're coming out with this album, you're touring behind it, and then I hear you guys are breaking up?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Are you guys setting up the Coachella tour where you come back and get paid?
We already have the guarantee, so they're like, but you have to break up.
Right, you have to break up first. You got to create that demand.
Yeah.
I'm here with Andrew W.K. He's been kind enough to join us after a spectacular set. The kids were going fucking crazy. Andrew, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
You know, when you come to an event like this and you are able to do your thing and you see people with great joy, how does that sort of part from the world we live in that just doesn't seem like much of a party? How do you keep the party mentality going in a world that is just a fucking bust?
Well, it's a matter of what you pay attention to, I suppose. It would be possible in a situation like this, even despite all the very joyous elements to a festival. You could focus on the heat. You could focus on perhaps the lack of water. You could focus on the crowds. Some people don't like crowds or being in the dirt. And you could manage to look at an event like this and also say it's a horrible situation. It's another example of how bad the world is. So I guess in general, there has to be this leap of faith at some point that you take as an individual to decide that regardless of how things appear, life has to be good or it wouldn't be happening. And deep down inside, we don't know if that's true. We don't know if the glass is half full or half empty, but we do know that we can pay attention to one or the other points of view and try to establish that as the groundwork with which we view all other parts of the day. So today, hopefully, we remind ourselves of that, and then we can carry that with us as we go forward.
That's beautiful, man. Like, who's the most annoying person in the van?
I don't know. No one really. Yeah.
Surprise. Probably our guy that's with us. Man.
Yeah, but he's funny. We actually have a really good time in the van.
Hell yeah.
We do. We have a lot of good jokes, a lot of inside jokes start in the van.
Yeah.
There's
we get delirious, you know.
Yeah.
We go crazy in there.
Yeah.
Cuckoo. Yeah.
That's good to hear, man, because you hear, that's when all the shit goes down, usually, you hear, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you guys have known each other.
What's
that?
We've had a couple of those.
That happens.
Right. It's unavoidable, I think.
You don't want to be the annoying guy.
Right.
So someone's like, okay.
Right.
You don't want to be that guy. It's a full-on unknown adventure, just like when we started this band. We quit our jobs and just hit the road, not knowing what would happen.
Yeah.
This is like we're going on our last tour, and it's going to end at a point, and we have no idea what's next. It's kind of feels like an appropriate.
How is it possible to counteract what's happening in the media so that people can really start to put the race, the sexism, the identity politics aside, accept it, but move on? Do we just turn off our TVs? What is the answer?
Well, I don't have an answer. I think it's a very natural part of the mind to separate things. It's a way to organize and process the overwhelming amount of information that comes with day-to-day life. So I think it's a natural reaction to too much to process. But even without what you might call culture or media, there still is too much to process. So the mind, we got to cut the mind some slack. But at the same time, try to keep the heart engaged as much, if not more. So let the mind do its thing, let it judge and divide and have opinions and, critique existence, and then go back to the heart, which doesn't work on that level. There's an intuition involved in that that supersedes logic and reason and the types of, processes that the mind uses. So we got to start some kind of irrational, unconditional love of everything, which is very difficult to do. It's a lifelong maybe many lifetimes of work to get to that point, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to love everything. But that's where the heart comes in, and hopefully I'm trying to learn how to do that myself.
So, but you guys grew up together, yeah?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so how is Whittier reacting to like the success you guys are having?
Everyone's really supportive. They've like, I think they're proud that we rep Whittier so hard too. That like, it's our hometown. It's where we live and make our music. So it pumps up everybody.
Right. Like, and I'm sure it brings people out of the woodwork too, like who say they were there. Yeah. But they're there now, right?
Honestly,
they're there now.
That hasn't happened yet because everyone it's Whittier is it's not a big city,
right?
Or the place we hang out isn't that big,
right?
So everyone that was there has been there, which makes it so fucking awesome and beautiful.
Right.
There are like haters that, well, hey, that's gonna happen, but I don't know where they are.
Right. I feel it's really important for artists to do that because like. That way, it's like you're not sort of confined into a routine. Once you're in a routine, and it's great to be in a routine when you're with family and stuff like that, but with art, it's just like the kiss of death. But it hasn't seemed to affect you guys all this time, like you're still...
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we still feel we're as prolific as ever. We have tons of material we haven't even released, so maybe that'll drop after, we're done. But yeah.
What's the new stuff like? Is it still that kind of... Have you matured as artists?
I think.
I hope not too much.
The inspiration has changed slightly. Like I said, I think we're looking more internally at like the demons that we want to exercise as opposed to like pointing fingers at everybody else. But other than that, I think it's as uncomfortable as ever. It's weird, but I think it's a good representation of our history.
And it's crazy like how insane the music scene is blowing up in Los Angeles right now.
Yes, it's a good time. It's thriving, I think. I think radio needs to start embracing all the bands that we know right now.
Right.
I don't need to say the bands. I think radio could really help a lot more.
Right. But at the same time, it's funny, like it seems like radio, like once the music industry kind of started dying a little bit, that's when real good music and real music sort of came back again.
Yeah, it was a fight. I get that.
Right,
Yeah, it wasn't easy. It's still not easy, but they could play a couple fucking... They could help out the bands,
So you guys are basically, you came to play today, you're going to hang out, and then you're going to take off tonight, or you're spending...
That'd be crazy if we took off tonight, because we're going to do...
You're going to do what?
None.